Hi friends, welcome to Christmas in July. We're going to do some boho inspired Christmas ornaments today. I've got 7 for you, so let's jump right in. Okay, ornament number 1, which also happens to be my favorite one. Okay, so I took some thrifted fabric that I found at a local thrift shop and cut it into strips of 2 inches, and then I cut those into 2-inch squares. So it was a 2x2 squares, and I cut tons of that. And then I used a knitting needle, and I first wrapped it around the needle and then stuck it into this foam ball, but I ended up deciding that it was just easier to place the fabric onto the foam and then push it in with the needle. And then you just do that thousands and thousands of times until the foam ball is all covered in the fabric, and it looks so pretty. I then took some cream ribbon so this could form an actual ornament, and applied that to the foam ball that I just left without any fabric with a needle. This needle had a gem on the top, but any needle will work. And on to ornament number 2. So I got a pack of 4, these are the bigger ornaments from Hobby Lobby, and I started with some hot glue at the base, and then I'm just going to wrap around a bunch of macrame on this one. Basically just hot glue a little bit of a section. Right here I was able to do quite a bit of hot glue, but once you get going at the very top and further more into like the middle sections, I kind of had to slow down on how much hot glue because the hot glue would dry before I was able to get the rope around it. So just kind of play around with it and get the glue on where you can, and then wrap around the macrame until you get to the very tippy top. And then I didn't wrap the macrame all the way around. I didn't really love the way it looked. So instead I used just some jute twine that I had for the very top. And I just wrapped that around with some glue as well. Ornament number 3. For this one, I took the 12 pack of ornaments from Hobby Lobby as well. They're about 2.6 inches. And I took 12-inch sections of yarn. This yarn I just got from Dollar Tree. And I took 4 of those 12-inch sections and tied them around one of the... I actually made this piece of yarn about 16 inches. So you're going to have one long piece, and we're going to tie each 4 of the 12-inch sections of yarn around this one piece. If that makes any sense. I hope it does. You can kind of watch. But then I take that long section and I tied it around the very top of the ornament. So then there's 5 individual 2-piece strands going all the way down. Then I took one piece of each of those strands and tied them together so that there is about an inch knot down each section, going all the way around. And then you'll eventually take a section from each of those knots and tie those about an inch down as well. Maybe about half an inch down, I should say. So then there is 4 sections or 4 knots going all down from each original section, diagonal from each other. And then once you get down to the very bottom, you're going to tie those off with a little bit of tape so that we can add a bead. I just did a wooden bead. You can add whatever bead, but I thought this was more boho, to the very base. And you can tie this off. I didn't feel the need to. It kind of just stood with how much fabric was there. It kind of just stayed there. ornament number 4. Okay, this one I also got from Hobby Lobby. I just took a little tree ornament that they had, and we're just gonna decorate it with, or wrap it basically with, a bunch of macrame. And this one is a little bit self-explanatory, especially with how much you can see. Just hot gluing this to the top, hot gluing some macrame to the top, and then I'm just going to wrap it basically. And I'm only using hot glue on the back side, but I don't think it really mattered because the macrame basically covered any hot glue. So I'll just let you guys watch this part though. Okay, now that it's all wrapped, I just took a little piece of the macrame and added to the base. I ended up having to unglue this part and re-glue it, but I just took that little piece down, re-glued it down, and then I took a couple like tweezers that I have and just kind of frayed the macrame so that it kind of frayed out. To look more like a stump. Well, not look like a stump at all, but that's what I'm going for. And then I added just a tiny bit to separate the two and make it look a little bit more uniform. I used some jute twine on the back. And ornament number 5. This one is going to be a wooden star ornament. I started with this one's actually baker's twine, but you can use any twine that you have on hand, and then a needle. And this is 16mm inch wood beads, or not inch, 16mm beads, wooden beads. And I started with 10 of those, and then we wrapped them and tied them into a circle. Then we're going to take 2 more beads, and we're going to insert the hook, or insert the thread again, by skipping 1 bead and inserting it into the next. So again, we're going to take 2 beads and then insert your string into the second bead from those beads. So skipping 1 and inserting your hook into the next. You're going to do that 3 more times, totaling 5 times. This ends the second section. This is where you're going to insert the hook in that first of the second section and adding another bead to make the points for your stars. Once you've got that last bead up for your third section, you're going to insert it into the second bead of that second section. Hopefully that makes sense. Then you're going to go back down to the first section. This is so that the yarn doesn't show through, or the twine doesn't show through too much. You're going to see it here and there, but this helps a little bit for that. So basically you're going to insert, right here you're seeing that you're inserting it from the first section back up to the second section, adding that last bead, then going back down through the second section and back to the first section, and doing that for all 5 sections, or all 5 of the points. Hopefully you can see what I'm saying, because my words are not making sense. Once you're done with all of those points, I just took the last point and added a loop and then tied it off. That way the loop can be attached to the tree and for the hanging part, and I didn't need to add another one. Ornament number 6 is actually going to be multiple. I took a pack of dried leaves and pampas grass and other like wheatgrass and things like that, just from a pack that I got on Amazon. I'll link that in the bio for you guys, but this is the pack that I got, and I basically took all of these little pieces and stuffed them into the clear ornaments that I got from Hobby Lobby that I've shown earlier. And I think these ones are probably my favorite. They make the tree look just absolutely beautiful, but they're so stinking easy. Basically just stuff your ornaments. So I'll let you guys watch these, but they're pretty easy. We've made it to the last, ornament number 7. This one's going to be a crocheted tree. So we're going to start with a slip knot, and then we're going to chain 55 chains. Okay, once we've got 55 chains on your hook, then we're going to go back down with 49 double crochets. Now, I'm not great at explaining double crochets or crocheting in general, but there are plenty of YouTubers on here that would be able to explain a much better version of how to crochet than I can. So once you get all 49 double crochets down, then we're going to do 6 single crochets for the remaining on your hook. Then once we're done, we're going to fasten off by cutting and then basically just doing a chain but pulling all the way through. And then since these tails are so close together, I just tied them off. And this is where we're going to form the actual tree. So I took 16mm wood beads, and we're going to insert those into each little section of the tree. First, we're going to form the tree look. Sorry, it gets blurry right here, but it will get into focus again. And basically, we're just going to form what looks kind of like a tree. And then we're going to take a piece of yarn with a needle and insert into each little section so that they stay together with a bead in between. I hope you guys enjoyed watching these boho inspired ornaments get made in the hot of July, just as much as I enjoyed making them. Have a great day, guys.